Well, that's interesting, Newt. Connors agreeing with McEnroe on that call. And Peter McEnroe has won the last 10 encounters, going back to Cincinnati in the ATP championships in
way back in 83.
83.
And the last time they played was?
San Francisco.
San Francisco last October.
I think that match lasted a couple of hours, didn't it? It was a pretty...
7-6, 6-3, right.
Yeah.
That was when McEnroe was playing extremely well.
A lot of young...
When you start arming your serve, that means that you may be hitting the ball hard as it leaves the racket, but it doesn't, the pace doesn't keep picking up as it lands. It makes it a lot easier to return the ball if you don't have good weight transfer.
Connors has a pretty solid overhead, but from deep in the court, it's a little suspect.
Well, I wonder if he lost that a little bit in the lights. That was not a typical...
bugs on that one?
Melanie bugs on that one there, mate.
That's my new game plan.
That's my new game plan. Lob high and put it amongst the bugs up in the light.
There's been a lot of bugs here at Kerry Tennis Stadium, and along with quite a few mosquitoes this evening.
John McEnroe holds service. 5-3 Connors.
McEnroe just got out-hustled by 34-year-old Jimmy Connors. You can see the frustration on his face.
Yeah, he's a little unlucky with that last drive. It's, what are we talking about here? An eighth of an inch or something like that to drive down the line. A little bit higher and he could have got the net court.
Could have been a winner.
Well, Jimmy Connors prevails in set number 1.
Well, shot looked like it was out to me. Connors was questioning that. Didn't seem to be much doubt about it.
What an angle that Jimmy Connors got on that pass.
30-15.
McEnroe simply could not reach that ball to volley it. Connors disguising his passing shot very well. Wide. 2 or 3 years ago, Nuki Mac would just not miss a volley like that.
It's amazing how those points add up to over the period of a match. Even if McEnroe wins this service game, instead of being 40-15, he's now standing at 30 all and having to battle out this game.
Just takes a little more out of you each service game.
Great serve by McEnroe.
Well, Jimmy made a very quick move to go to the towel there. Very important game for John McEnroe. Lost the first set, 3-6. First game of the second set, down a break point.
And we go back to the 30-15 point again, Don, where he had the easy put-away volley and missed it to go ahead 40-15. Got him into trouble.
Just interesting to note the improvement on Connors' short forehand with that old metal racket that he used to use. He would make a number of unforced errors off a supposedly easy shot for a world-class player, but not anymore.
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
Haven't seen him miss too many this evening. Great disguise in the drop shot by McEnroe.
He has never really missed that many balls on the forehand when the ball bounces high. It's the low bouncing forehand, the one that skids through and comes through low, that he tries to force off the three-quarter court when he's just inside the baseline. And I think that's all caused, doesn't matter what racket he uses, that's all caused by the grip he has and the actual stroke itself.
Break point here for McEnroe.
Well, that's a great pass. McEnroe's gone over to have a look at where the ball landed. It looked like it was well in, right in the corner. Connors didn't have any doubt about it. You know when you hit a shot, you have the feeling that it's in or out. Let's have another look now, and
Made enough mistakes there. How many more is there for next?
well, that looked like it was
Even inside the line.
yeah.
McEnroe very frustrated. I don't believe that he expected Jimmy Connors to come out playing this well. Can't play tennis any better than that. Quite a contrast, Nuke, to the big serves and one-shot tennis that you see so often today. Here with a well-played all-court point.
Connors holds service. We're tied up at 1-all in the second.
Let a ball like that go without hitting the volley. You know, it's too close to let go. And a big point. Difference between a possibility of 40-15 and now it's 30-all. As you said, those kind of games can take their toll on the server.
Well, they start to add up. And we were watching this afternoon, earlier today, Don Zivojinovic serving, and we were talking about his double grunt. Listen to McEnroe's grunt when he serves.
Wow.
It's
Heavy.
it's a grunt that finishes up with a sort of a sigh, whereas
How did he ever get up to that ball, Nuke, and hit that angle?
it looked like he got up there pretty easily. Let's have a look now at what McEnroe's doing. Once again, playing the drop shot. We mentioned before, and Jimmy there with the pump arm action. He smells he's in there with a real chance right now. He'd love to get this early break in the second set. It's just so dangerous playing drop shots on this surface. Has to be perfect, otherwise you're going to get caught. Surprised at that shot selection of Connors, and he's angry with himself also. He played an excellent return of serve. He was set up. He had plenty of time to play the passing shot. And McEnroe, you see, having to play the half volley, and he's caught in there at the net.
Certainly had a chance for a passing shot.
Yeah, I would have thought Jimmy would have just drilled that down the line.
Big serve from John McEnroe, and the approach definitely worked out. What an important point. A break point for Jimmy Connors. Take a look at this again. What do you think, Nuke?
Hard to tell off the picture, but it sure looks as if it might have been out. Still, the linesman's in the best position, and it could have caught a little edge, you know, just a little touch of the line. That's all it has to do.
McEnroe follows with an ace.
Well, they went to deuce 4 times, but John McEnroe prevailed, and he leads the second
Attack on Connor's second serve, but the approach shot simply was not deep enough.
This is game 4 of the second set. Jimmy Connors up a set.
$15-30. This rally ended by a McEnroe backhand winner from the baseline. Take a look at this all-court point. It had just about everything. Tennis at its best. Both players moving around the entire court, and McEnroe ending with that clean winner. Double break point.
Connors saves one of them.
34.
They really take their time between points, Don. One fixes a shoe, the other one towels down.
Well, they have the 30 seconds here, and they certainly take it to its maximum. I think it's one of the worst rules in tennis.
Tell they're not paying for the court time.
Yeah, if they were, it could be some very expensive matches they're playing. Connors again with that wonderful passing shot off his backhand. Watch McEnroe come in. He went down the center. He tried to jam him, but Jimmy still managed to get the angle cross court.
Hey, that'll boy.
Got one right, Connors says.
Connors gets one right there.
McEnroe seems a little disgusted, Peter, with his approach shot. They're falling very short.
They've certainly dragged out the first few games of this second set.
They've been hard fought.
That is Connors.
Connors serving. Moving in on that short forehand, and it just gets nicely into the corner. Advantage Connors.
Another long game comes into perfect position, ready to play the shot, early preparation. Not a lot of club players miss those short balls. And the main reason they miss them is that the preparation isn't right.
Oftentimes they sort of stand looking at the ball, wondering if they should make the move. By then it's usually too late. What a reach by Jimmy Connors.
40-30.
But again, this is the first serve of McEnroe. Let's see where it lands. It's pretty deep. And yet Connors inside the baseline to make the return. Serve just didn't have a lot of weight behind it there. Connors had plenty of time to play an angle return back.
Well, it's a classic McEnroe-Connors battle as John McEnroe holds.
Short ball in his forehand.
Connors wins the first game of the final set. Connors down the line. And McEnroe believes it was out and is getting some sympathy.
Take a look at that again. Here comes Connors steaming in. Peter looked to be right on the line.
Outside of the line maybe, but I don't think it was the foot or so out that McEnroe was indicating.
And a classic McEnroe
That was one of the good ones, yeah. You know what? One of my favorite pictures of John McEnroe just occurred recently. The picture of him waving the flag, the American flag in Hartford. How fired up they get when they play for their country. And I think it's a classic shot. And I've talked to a number of the pros who are so anxious to play in the Olympic Games.
And, but, getting back to that Davis Cup match, it's a situation that Boris Becker didn't appreciate.
No, he's criticized that.
Criticized the Americans, criticized McEnroe for building up the American crowd into a
lot of people coughing. Everyone's getting nervous.
Connors uses the opportunity to towel down even more.
Well, it's a little game of cat and mouse going on. It's who's going to, keep the other one waiting. Both these players are very conscious of the way a match is played. You try to make the other person play to your tempo.
Double fault for the game. McEnroe thinks it was in. First double fault for McEnroe. The break goes to Connors, and he'll lead to Love, but
Sure looks as if it was into me.
Looks to be right on the line.
Yeah, it was.
Let's play.
I don't understand how you couldn't see that ball. Are you sure of her call? That's too important for me to just forget about at this point. That ball was right inside the line.
You've got 15 seconds to get back in time.
And what's going to happen? I can't demand or request that ball. That was a perfect serve I hit.
Barry Armstrong is one of the professional tour umpires.
Code violation, delay of game, warning.
And a code violation.
Code violation was delay of game. Now watch this serve. It's plenty of spin on it. It's outside, and then at the last second, the spin brings it back in. It's a very tough one for the line person to call. You have to be a very experienced line person not to call early, because until the ball lands, it looks as if it's going to go out. Much like a baseball pitcher, I guess, Don, with a curve ball coming in and just going over the plate in the last couple of feet. It certainly looked like it was right on the line, and that's a terrible time for McEnroe to have.
Jimmy Connors having some problems keeping his emotions under check now as he vented some frustration at his performance on that first point.
Net. With a full swing off that backhand and producing a perfect winner down the line.
I think that's one of the best points he's played in the match so far, Don. He really hit the ball firmly, driving the ball hard down the line, cross court. Last backhand was a beauty, the best one he's timed in the match.
Going to have to play good points this game, Nuke. He needs that break back.
Very high percentage of first serves in play from Jimmy Connors at 75. And McEnroe will be happy with his percentage too, 64.
Connors, of course, doesn't overpower you with the serve, but he places it very well, somewhat reminiscent of Ken Rosewall.
Still 2 break points for McEnroe.
Great deal more than normal in this match.
Mac again figuring that he lost out in the battle of the lines. Dirty love, and they'll replay the point.
Looks happy, doesn't he?
The score isn't 30 love, it's 15 love, because
That's right.
that point is being replayed.
Take it back. Now it's 30 love.
Well, Connors made that overhead, but he looked a little shaky in doing it.
I thought he might.
Just with Jimmy Connors, he really should be at the net at every visible opportunity, and he's not doing that.
What would you suggest? That he move the ball, try and move the ball around a little bit, get Connors to play a shorter shot so that he can approach the net?
Well, I think he should also hit the ball a little harder and attack more often, take some more second serves and chip them as he does normally against Lendl and get into the net. Put more pressure on Connors. He's not going to out-ground stroke Jimmy Connors. That's more like, yeah, more like what I mean, but
And a lot tenser after this point. Well, a super return from Connors. Took the ball early. Weight going forward. That's the way to return serve. Here's a real chance for Connors now. Go ahead 4-2 in this final set.
You set a precedent now. Keep an eye on it. Don't muck up now.
There is a rule in tennis called the over rule. The central chair umpire, if he thinks there has been an obvious mistake made, he can overrule the lines people, and that rule has created a lot of controversy amongst the players. Some like it, some don't. What Connors was saying to the umpire was, you've overruled this once now. You better be ready to do it again in my favor next time.
right.
Talk about mind games.
It's out McEnroe after 4 deuces. Holds service to tie up the final set at 3.
McEnroe feels the ball was out on the baseline.
Getting some encouragement from the fans, too, that support his claim.
He looked over at the linesperson, immediately missed that shot, but this is where the overrule comes in. Gets very hard for the umpire.
What a return of serve. Almost a doubles return. Kill himself after missing that.
Well, that was good court coverage then from McEnroe, because he got back to the center of the court very quickly. Forced Connors to try for a little bit too much.
Double break point. 3 games all. Final set.
I think McEnroe will try to hit it and come to the net.
I would think he should.
He was. It was a good serve, though.
And he was rushed. He could not get his body around in time to make the passing shot.
Excellent second serve from Connors.
Uh-oh.
Well, they saw it.
What brought you out of your shell? Where were you for the other 2 hours when we were getting starved to death? Where were you for the other 2 hours? You telling me the other stuff that we've been going through out here hasn't been clearly asked? He's missed serves just 4 that we both agreed. I hear what you're saying. Right.
Fans backing up Connors.
Well, we mentioned it a while.
Playing God out here, and we're out here killing ourselves for you.
It's the overrule. It caused the confusion again. It puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the umpire, but doesn't change the fact that it's break point again. Very brave shot from Connors.
But a very hesitant backhand by McEnroe.
That was a beautiful drive from Connors. He full bore at that one. That's probably his best shot. The cross court backhand.
McEnroe trying for the forehand winner down the line is just wide.
Situation out there, Don, at the moment is very, very tense. A lot of electricity out on that court.
It's a very important match for McEnroe to win. You can see McEnroe's disgusted. Losing the advantage now in this game. Think these players know each other's game, Nuke? Went for too much then.
Well, it looked to me like another one of those shots that he got halfway through the shot, and instead of finishing the stroke, he just stopped the stroke, pulled it down into the net. It's not a difficult shot for him that he was trying. The cross-court backhand is one that he enjoys hitting. Execution of it was not done as well as he can do.
And that, of course, goes back to confidence.
Exactly. He's had a few big points in this set, and each time he just can't seem to take that extra step.
And again, Connors scores with a winner.
And he has match point. Everything's going to be right now. He's going to towel down that racket handle, make sure that he's toweled down himself and has perfect grip, because he could be advancing to the semifinal.
I thought for a moment Peter was going to also towel down the tennis ball.
It looked like it, didn't it? the finest matches in the history of the Players International, as Jimmy Connors survives an outstanding match with John McEnroe. The great rivalry continues. 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. Jimmy Connors, at 34 years of age, advances to the semifinals.